And some also will come still.
Okay.
And
so this is what you've collected just for today?
Yes, yes.
And by the end of the day, all these will be
gone? We'll load 5 o'clock to Agbogboshi, and today I think it's Agbogboshi and Tama come to one.
Yeah. And all these will be gone by close of day?
The women need more.
So if if you could provide more, there is a ready market.
Yes, the market is there.
I see that your lady here is doing some sorting.
Yeah, it's sorting.
What goes into the sorting process?
Yeah, when the eggs come, it's come with the plastic cages. Plastic
That's how they collect them from?
Yeah, for the plastic. So the plastic don't go out.
Okay.
And then we'll use the paper crate to make the small, medium, and large, extra large, and pullet. Okay. Yeah. So we paint it.
What is
There's
pullet?
a red. The pullet is the smaller one.
Okay.
Well, anyway.
I'm sure we'll find a small print somewhere that we can see. Hello.
This is the pullet.
And these are the smallest sizes
The pullet. Yeah, this is the smaller size.
Why do you call it pullet? Why not just small?
The small is this one.
Okay.
You see,
so how much?
There's a difference.
This one is bigger.
Yes,
and that
different.
Is small.
You see, the girl can see that's a difference.
She has experienced art.
Yes.
Because this is certainly bigger than this.
Yes.
And this is the pullet, and this is small. The white.
Normally, before we do it by kilos.
You have to weigh.
The machine is there. It's spoiled.
Oh.
Yeah, the kilos.
Okay.
It can be a big size, but it's weighing.
It's weighing less.
Less. Okay. Yes.
So how much would a crate of these ones go for? Mercy, explain. I hear this is your world. Explain to us.
This is small. And the price is 43 cedis.
At the farm?
Yes.
Okay. And so that's how much you give it to the market women. Okay.
And this is 38 cedis.
Okay.
Yeah.
38 cedis for the very small ones,
yes.
called the pullets, and then 43
cedis
for the small.
Yes.
And then what's the next size? I bet medium. This is large.
Yes. And this one is 47 cedis.
47.
Yes.
Some pay more for this, but I'm not going to say to give you some ideas. But you can see just how big these eggs are. And if you just hold it by hand, brown eggs, many people's favorites, but white's also becoming a fast favorite for some as well.
Another one called extra large.
Extra large? Yes. You mean there are some eggs that are bigger than these?
It's a few. It's this one.
Oh, I see one.
Yeah.
This is huge.
Extra large, yeah.
And the birds lay all these?
Yeah, but not all of them.
Okay, Mercy, bring that crate up for a minute and let me have a look. I think I'm very interested in those sizes. Okay, so these are extra large eggs. Yes. And you are able to, just by looking at them, sort all these ones out.
Yes, because there's different. You can see the differences.
Okay.
Yes.
Just by looking at them?
Yes.
The extent of your expertise is amazing to me. But how did you end up in this job? What were you doing before?
I was dressmaker.
Okay.
Yes.
And you decided not to do it? You decided not to be a dressmaker anymore?
No, not like that, but I have to open my own shop, so I have to work so that I can get money to open my own shop.
Okay. How long did it take you to learn the basics of sorting these eggs?
I think 1 week or so.
Oh, then you are a quick study. Let's not take too much of your time. Thank you for speaking to us, Mercy. And keep up the good work. These eggs are excellent. I think it's my favorite so far. Those are the medium eggs? Yes. Okay. Medium. And they go for how much?
They go for 45 cedis. Yes.
Listen, people sell some of these eggs to us as large.
Yes.
But at the farm, this is medium. This is medium at the farm, 45 cedis. Yes. We are seeing now Mercy introducing us to the extra large eggs. I think they need a bit more room in the crate, to be honest. And the pullets, the small, the medium, and then the large. The extra large would be bigger than all this. So just look at the difference in sizes, and let's just give them room to breathe. So if you need to buy eggs, perhaps call Mr. Nyameke. Perhaps he will share his contact details with us and buy from the farm. Hey, excellent. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.
Right. So this is the process. We saw the eggs being collected in the cages, and they are all brought here in these plastic crates. And then they go to Mercy's station, where they are sorted into sizes: pullets, small, medium, large, and extra large, and they are whisked away to the market centers where the women are waiting to sell them to you and I, which ends up on our tables. So where's the next step for us? How many people do you employ at this facility as we go to the next point? The workers you employ, how many are they?
They are not 48 and 7 go home, so remaining
41.
Yeah, 41.
What do they, in what category? So is it a farm manager?
I have
labourer?
one farm manager and I have a supervisor, 4 supervisors. Sometimes in the night, 2 have to change themselves, going to inside this and see what is happening. And the rest are feeding and collect the eggs.
And then sorting them.
Yeah, and sorting them.
What's that building over
And
there?
we take also 2 in school for sales. They are in school now, yeah.
Getting some kind of training.
Yes.
So that they can help you sell
Correct.
the eggs.
Production and sales.
Okay.
They are training us. They came here and maybe they want to help us they want to help me to do
The renovations that
no,
you talked
yeah,
about.
I'm talking about.
Okay. What's this building here?
Here, this is the woman give us food every day.
Oh, she sells food to you?
No. It cook for us. It's for the farms. It's for the Akuko photo.
Okay.
So sometimes they eat bankuru, sometimes rice, and
She cooks for
different.
you? So
for the
you've
workers.
You've employed her to
Yes.
provide free food for the workers?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Hello.
Every 12 o'clock, they have to eat. It's once a day.
It won't be long now, so I guess you must be very busy. I see some chicken cooking in the pot. Madam, what's your name?
My name is Gloria.
Gloria, nice to meet you. I know that it's very busy for you at this time, so perhaps we won't take too much of your time and we'll just move on to the next station. All the best to you and thank you for speaking to us. Madam Gloria is the chef on site at Akuko Photo Farms. All these barrels, where do they come
from? Coconut oil from
coconut oil.
Or Western region.
A complete entrepreneur, aren't you?
We work every day. So I burden the church.
It's 7 days a week without breaks.
Yes, but some will go.
Oh, when you said church, I thought, this is it?
Yes.
So
Not this one, this one.
I'm guessing you bring. Okay, it's the building that you actually see.
Sacred,
for your farmers.
Sacred Action Church.
For your workers.
Yeah.
Who's the pastor here?
Everybody preach.
That's interesting. So every Sunday, because you can't go into town and leave the beds by themselves,
correct.
You all just worship here.
Yes, we just worship here.
Who collects the offering? I think that person. The one who collects the offering should be my friend.
The offering going to Central.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not for us.
Okay.
So we'll give it to the center in Takwa. Yeah.
This is a branch of a church.
Yeah, it's a branch of the church, Sacred Action Church. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So
a branch of the church.
in order for the workers not to be left out of their religious
Correct.
activities,
Some
for those
going
who
to
are Christians,
Pentecost, some going to Roman, and they don't have time to go to churches.
Okay.
Then we have to gather here.
So it's an interdenominational
Correct.
church.
Correct. You find the word.
So it's perfect. It looks like you have a system set up and it looks quite decent. I'm impressed. We are going to circle it all back to where we started at the front of the cages so we can say bye-bye to the birds and then we can wrap this all up.
Thank you.
So let's go.
Thank you.
You were in Germany. What were you doing in Germany before you moved back?
Germany is the same poultry.
Okay. You
Yeah.
worked in a poultry
I worked in the poultry farm as a supervisor. And later my boss take me to go and learn in veterinary side. So
and that's where you got the idea to do this.
yes, that's why I
your
got the
own.
idea to do my own. And I stayed there 22 years. I worked with him 15 years.
Okay.
And so the experience for the poultry there, I have some. Yeah.
And has it been worth it? Is it paying? Is it paying the bills?
It's
Is it keeping the
it's a
place
good
running?
business. I don't know which business can, because I can see money every day. But the problem is, the feed and other things is every week is increased. But the other country is not like that. Almost 15 years is the same price. But today you go and buy this feed, tomorrow it's not the same. This is the challenge we have it. Otherwise, this business is a very good. Very, very good.
If you had to advise young people, because now there's youth unemployment, people are looking for opportunities, agriculture, we are told, can bring the country to the standard where we all want it to be. Would you say that this is viable?
Poultry is very good. The problem is it's a capital intensive. So if government, because last year alone, it's over $1 billion bringing chicken from Europe to here. This one, when government, the IMF give government how much?
3 billion.
And owning chicken,
Only
poultry alone, 1 billion come to the country. So if the government want to do this one district, one factory, it should also open their eyes to look the poultry side. The poultry is good. Sometimes even the women export eggs from the other side of our neighbors come to the country. The simple eggs produce eggs. So the young ones, they should look the grain the God have given to us. But the problem in the school also in Ghana, what I see, the entrepreneur, they don't learn them. If you ask 10 people here, children, he will tell you, I'm going to MTN. I'll work in the bank, ministries, politics. You will not so if you are going to marriage and then you go to the parents, they ask you are a farmer, they will not give it to you.
So
but that's the place everywhere in the world. The money, if in Germany, if I'm going to a bank and I have a card for farming, they will serve me first before a doctor.
It's Farmers' Day, and this edition is to, appreciate all our farmers. What message would you want to send on a day like this?
If you have food and no money in your pocket, the food is it's not expensive, you're okay. So what I can say, government should look at the farmers more than the others. The farmers should be first before the hospitals.
Mr. Nyameke, thank you so much
for
spending your day with us, and
we
wish you the very best. Congratulations. It's Farmers' Day and we appreciate all of you. Sometimes we don't get to see the faces behind the food on our table. Today we've met one of you.
Thank
you so much
Thank
for
you
inviting us.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
been
you very much.
such a pleasure going around your farm.
Thank you too.
This is GTV Breakfast. Mr. Newman Kojo Nyameke is the CEO, Chief Executive, overall boss of Akuko Photo Poultry Farm here at Gomwa Fete in the Gomwa East District. It's caught between two districts, really, two towns, Senya and also Fete. So he's right in the middle, a 120,000 capacity poultry farm providing 1,500 crates of eggs in a day. His call is for government to support poultry farmers like himself so that they can put more money into their business. That way, the $1 billion that is spent importing poultry and poultry products can be retained in Ghana. This is our special edition for Farmers' Day on GTV Breakfast. I'm Thelma Taki. I want to say a big thank you to every single worker here at Akuko Photo Poultry Farm. So we'll take it back to the studio and we'll continue the special edition Breakfast on GTV. I am Thelma Taki. Thanks for watching.
ECOWAS leaders concluded their week-long deliberations with a strong commitment to regional security and democracy. The Authority of Heads of State and Government unanimously agreed to combat military coup, terrorism and other forms of insecurity, adopting a united front to address these threats. Key discussions also focused on addressing West Africa's youth bulge, emphasizing the need to create opportunities for young people to develop their talents. The leaders recognized the importance of investing in the region's youth, fostering an environment conducive to their growth and development, and harnessing their potential to drive regional progress.
We have a youth bulge in all our countries, and to benefit from the demographic dividends, we should be able to provide for our young people. We should be able to invest in their education. We should be able to make sure that there are possibilities within our community. It hurts to see our young people die trying to go across the desert and to Europe and other places to look for greener pasture. We are meeting at a very critical time, and why we dedicate this time is to make sure that we take care of the inadequacies, the economic challenges we have, the security challenges we have, so that we can pave a way for a better future for our young people.
The ECOWAS heads of states commended the successful conduct of recent elections in Côte d'Ivoire and Guinea-Bissau, marking significant steps towards democratic consolidation in the region. However, ECOWAS Commission President Dr. Omar Ali Touare stressed on the need for Guinea-Bissau to expedite its return to constitutional rule. Dr. Touare outlined specific guidelines to fast-track this progress, demonstrating ECOWAS' commitment to promoting stability and democratic governance in the region.
The authority calls for a swift restoration of constitutional order. More specifically, the authority calls for the immediate release of all political detainees in Guinea-Bissau and for the respect of the right of all political actors to participate in all political processes of Guinea-Bissau. The authority demands the institution of a short transition to be led by an inclusive government that reflects the political spectrum and society of Guinea-Bissau.
The heads of state and government have reaffirmed their support for President Mahama as the sole candidate for AU chairperson from 2027, citing his suitability for the role.
Ghana and President Mahama deserve this community support. That's one thing. We all know the competence of President Mahama, and the leaders have full confidence in him to represent West Africa at that role, in that role.
We welcome this unanimous endorsement, and Ghana is really humbled and pleased that our president has been selected as the sole candidate when the rotating AU chairmanship gets to West Africa's turn in 2027. So we can expect that, God willing, long life, good health, the Almighty will support President John Dramani Mahama to assume the AU chairmanship in February 2027 all the way to February 2028. And that will be his last year in office. So it's a very, very fortuitous moment, very timely, and he will leave office on a high. And what is more important to me is that it affords President Mahama the opportunity to leave a legacy not only for Ghana but for Africa. Our continent is the youngest, a median age of about 20. We need leaders who think about the youth, who want to create jobs for the youth, who want an industrialized continent, who want to see the Africa Continental Free Trade Area work, achieve its full potential, and transform our society. The president has been talking about how to ensure that young people are given skills, are given opportunities, and are allowed to really come into themselves and fulfill their God-given potential.
Dr. Omar Ali Touare also announced new leadership roles at the ECOWAS Commission for the 2026 term.
The presidency of the Commission will go to Senegal. The vice presidency will go to Nigeria. The portfolio or the commissioner of political affairs, peace and security goes to Sierra Leone. Economic affairs and agriculture, Liberia. Internal services to Côte d'Ivoire. Infrastructure, energy and digitalization to Ghana. Human development and social affairs to Benin. West Africa Health Organization, the Director General position will go to Togo. The Director General position for JABA, and that is the Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering in West Africa, the Director General position of that will go to the Gambia. The position of Auditor General goes to Cape Verde, and ECOWAS Court of Justice has 5 justices, and those 5 positions will go to Benin, Togo, the Gambia, Nigeria, and Liberia.
The session also highlighted the future of the ECOWAS community and reflected growing concerns over unity, institutional resilience, and the bloc's capacity to effectively respond to emerging threats.
It is the world's most dominant economic power with an iconic concept that has made it the #1 destination for most immigrants, the American dream. Douglas Eze is one of the 2 million Africans who decided to make it their new country and who was able to transform his life. Beyond the restless accumulation of material goods, the self-described wealth strategist and award-winning insurance agent is now climbing into the wealthiest 1% club of society.
I wanted to learn more about wealthy families. How do they keep wealth in the family from one generation to the next? So I actually wrote a book called Creating Generational Wealth.
An immigrant from Nigeria, he is now a top-of-the-table member of the $1 Million Roundtable, an exclusive club for the top insurance people in the world.
Well, wealth is basically, that money that you're gonna leave for your children's children. Because there's one thing, getting rich is one thing, and being wealthy is making sure that your family, your generations, the one is never lose your money. His second quote is, don't forget rule #1, never lose your money. So I had to change my mindset and start teaching myself how to make sure that I keep every dollar that I spend, I pay back with simple interest and compounding interest. A lot of people miss that part. It's called self-financing. So one thing we try to teach is show people, even if you make $50,000 a year, $30,000 a year, I show them how much that money is valued 20, 30 years from today with an increase. And I say, you know what? Guess who else knows the value of your money? The federal government, the banks, the media.
With 8 businesses under his belt, Douglas's philosophy is simple. Hard work pays off. And when it comes to it, the cash value king, as he calls himself, uses his money to enjoy life and discover new hobbies.
Okay. Yeah. It's beautiful. So, don't mess with me, man.
According to a 2019 study by the Pew Research Center, 1 in 10 black people living in the US are immigrants. 40% of all African immigrants aged 25 and older have at least a bachelor's degree or higher.
Hi, this is Dr. Kolade. How are you doing?
Dr. Akindele Kolade is a certified psychiatrist, principal investigator at the Kolade Research Institute, and president and CEO of Cal Psychiatrist Services. He is also a successful serial entrepreneur and philanthropist.
I'm originally from Nigeria, but now I'm practicing in the United States. A psychiatrist, first and foremost, and then subspecialized in child psychiatry and adolescent psychiatry, and also in addiction medicine. So I'm triple boarded. And I also do research, clinical research for upcoming medications to treat mental health. So I have a team here that works for me. We have mid-levels, we have social workers, so we have nurses, and we have the front desk staff. In today's world and my office, we're doing mostly virtual practice. I'm consulting for 5 hospitals across America in different states. So we virtually see these patients in different locations and environments, be it in the hospitals or in the clinics or sometimes in their homes. And virtually, because in psychiatry you don't have to touch a patient, but with today's technology you could basically see everything and know everything just looking at the computers and prescribe medication or do counseling or do therapy, whatever you need to do to make them move forward.
That the medication is not working.
Does she use melatonin also? In my practice, I've witnessed an increase and an uptick in people looking for mental health compared to before the pandemic. We've seen an increase of over 30% above what used to be in terms of people looking for help. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. So what are we doing today?
You want to see if I can possibly get a refill?
Okay. Any side effects?
No.
I see a lot of private patients. I see a lot of athletes. And I see a lot of patients through insurance companies. I see some pro bono patients that I do for free. Everybody comes in differently, and that's what we do, whatever it takes to move them forward from this condition to this condition in a good way. Okay, so that's how we go. That's how we roll.
9 p.m. We meet Dr. Akin in a completely different setting. Tonight, he invites us to his brand new luxury lounge in Las Vegas.
Hey, hi. How you doing?
Welcome, sir.
Everything good tonight?
Everything's wonderful, sir.
Okay, let's go party. Somebody asked me this. How come a doctor is opening a restaurant? It's service for the people in many varieties, be it in medicine, be it in the clinic, or be in the restaurants where you eat good food, or where you dance, or where you sing, or where you enjoy comedy. All that brings about wellness and health in all of us.
I own my own pharmacies since 2009. We work hard every day. We wake up in the morning, 6 a.m., and we go to work. But we also play hard. And that's the reason why we have Splash for people who work hard and at the same time party.
According to a 2021 article published in Kiplinger.com, the state of Maryland had the second highest number of millionaires in the United States of America in 2020. This is where we meet Adisa Berry, a decorated minority and woman business owner who came to America more than 30 years ago from Burkina Faso. Today, this self-made millionaire leads a successful electrical construction company with an annual revenue averaging $25 million.
When I came to this country, my major was accounting. I got my bachelor in accounting, and then I had a part-time job with a construction company. And I worked for the construction company as a controller of the company for about 12 years. Noticed that many CPAs are not familiar with construction accounting. And it's something that I had already understood very well in school, and I mastered it very well. So when we used to have CPA come in, I had to explain them about the construction accounting. And then I opened my own business, and I was doing construction accounting. Then when my business partner joined the business, he said, Adisa, I know you want to do construction management, but my background is electrical. If you want, we can take that route of the electrical. I said, hey, any opportunity that can grow the business, let's go for it. And that's how we got ourselves into electrical business. Yes.
In order to claim her place in this male-dominated industry, Adisa spared no efforts, even if that meant going outside of her skill set.
I'm a women-owned business. I'm a minority too. So when you go to apply those kind of certification, they want to make sure that you at least have a good knowledge about the business. So how do you get it? You have to educate yourself. I was going to evening classes, cutting all this wiring, doing receptacle, taking those electrical courses. I don't have to be on the job site, but I still have to do it. When I was in Burkina Faso, my teacher, he's like, you know what, let me tell you one thing. The definition of a businessman is somebody who takes a risk. The risk can be positive and the risk can be negative. And he or she is mentally prepared for whatever the outcome of that risk is going to be.
Tell the stories on you today.
I never thought about being rich, but the first risk, opening my business, that's the first risk I took. And these are all temporary feelings. Temporary. And I'm glad I took that risk.
For most Americans, buying a house is often considered as one of the first investments on the path to building wealth.
So I got a few condos in this building. I got some in this building too. And that building also. Every time one comes on the market, you have to get it very quick. If you don't, you miss it. Now I got addicted. I keep buying one after another. And then I refinance a house and get money to buy another one.
Turn through the green gate to the right. Have a great day.
Back to Las Vegas, we are headed to Dr. Akin's mansion, located in an exclusive gated community. We join him and his wife as they celebrate their son Raymond's first birthday. It is an opportunity for the celebrity psychiatrist to reconnect with the people who matter the most in his life.
Dr. Pilati. Hey, Aaron.
Yes, sir.
How's it going over there? It's a big honor for me to have my entire family in the United States come from every city to represent this, the honor, and to celebrate with me Raymond's first birthday. I think what we're doing is probably way bigger than Raymond's birthday. It's a family reunion, which gives me a lot of blessings, especially coming out of COVID. Most of us haven't seen each other for more than 3-4 years, and to have them come with their children, far and wide, is a blessing, and I'm so grateful for that. My nieces are here.
The best uncle, period. He's genuine, he's caring, and he's always there for us.
Yeah, that's my daughter, Alexandria. What is your favorite subject? Science? Yeah. What? Okay. Okay. Science is good. That's how you get to be a doctor, eventually.
For this important birthday, Dr. Akin did not skimp on the means. Exclusive party venue with a breathtaking view on Las Vegas, exotic meals and rarest wine and champagne for all. But beyond the glitz and glamour, Dr. Akin is most keen to show his son the love of a father that he craved as a boy.
I never knew my real father until I was done with secondary school. I grew up in a village and that had no water, no electricity, and I grew up with my grandmother. We had to go to the stream in the morning to take a shower in the stream, little river, and then fetch the water, come back home, and then you have your breakfast, then you go to school. My father at that time was one of the Nigerian ambassadors, but they were divorced with my mother. My mother remarried, so I had a stepfather. Back then, there were no emails, there were no Instagram, there were no Facebooks. And we had to write letters with the email, and it would take 3-4 months to get a reply back. And whenever I get that reply back from him, and that used to be my most beautiful month and year in life that my father actually wrote back to me. Okay, that's your first birthday, the smallest one. It's gonna be big for you.
Yeah.
I never met my father until I was 12 years old. My mother told him that I'm really, really very rebellious. It was about time that we met. So when we met, he had remarried twice. He said to me, the best legacy I have for you and to every of his children is education. After that, you're on your own. And he meant it, every word of it.
We Nigerians understand that education is a way out. Anyway, we cherish education. They always tell him, I'm like one of the hardest working doctors I know, and I know quite a few because I'm a nurse myself.
We went to Europe and I ended up in a country back then called Czechoslovakia. I learned the language, and that's how I went to medical school in a foreign language. I learned it and spoke it better than English then, and graduated as a doctor. I went back to Nigeria. I was employed in an oil company to take care of an oil rig of over 800 people. That's how my real business career started, because it opened my eyes to what could be possible. Before then, I created the first program in Nigeria called Flying Doctors. So the governor at that time in Port Harcourt, I gave him the idea. He said, he could do what? He said, I will fly down to any part of this state that I've never seen a doctor, give me the tools. The governor then gave me a clinic. A clinic was packed in a helicopter with 2 nurses, and we flew around the state to places that we would line and see people that have never seen a helicopter live, they've never seen a doctor live. They'll line up, and they'll stay there for 3, 4, 5, 7 days in the village. So far, no disaster. Not that I was looking for one. It's a good day.
It is said that courage and resilience are 2 virtues the first immigrants in America carried with them. This is still true for those arriving today. It is also what pushed these African high achievers into positions of success.
I came to U.S. from Burkina Faso in 1986, September 1986. My ex was living with, he was renting a room in the house. We were staying in that room, and I was going to school. I had my daughter when I had only 1 year left for my school, and I was struggling with my daughter, trying to study and take her to the babysitter. It was really a lot of work to do. I went through that and graduated. And remember when I was done with school, I would send my resume everywhere to companies or look at any employment. I don't receive any response. And my landlord told me, you know what, you need to take all these African degrees that you have on your resume and take all the experiences that you have from Africa, from your resume, just leave everything that you did here in the United States. I removed everything. Then a company called. I wasn't home. My landlord was a white person. And when they called, they heard the voice message. And then when I came back, he listened to the voicemail, and he told me, oh, somebody called. They really want you to call them back because they have a position for you. They have an opening. And I was so excited. I got the number the same day I called the company. As soon as they heard my voice, they said, oh, the position has been filled. Less than an hour. When did you fill it out? I didn't know what to do. I used to take my daughter to the park, and this lady heard me speaking French with her. She like, oh, what brought you here in the United States? And I told her I study accounting. She like, oh, you know what? We got I have 2 partners, and we have a business, but the business is really in my basement. We're just starting up. We don't have anybody to help us with the books. And I told him, well, I have to take my daughter to the babysitter. I paid the lady $5 an hour. Oh, okay, so we can pay you the $5 an hour. That company moved out from her basement. We took over a whole floor in the building.
I've always wanted to go to America. That's the God's own country. You know, that's where the Black Americans have fought for freedom. So I lived in Canada until I was 23, and then I left and came to America through Seattle. So I ended up in the DMV. I've been here ever since. So my boy that I came to stay with in DMV in Maryland, Virginia, he had an old car, you know, that he wasn't driving as much. So I bought it for like $500, an old Honda Civic. I paid $500 for it, and I started, actually, that became my house for a little bit, you know, became my house while I was waiting table at IHOP. So I'll go in the car, sleep there. In the morning, I became friends with a guy that owns a motel, you know, the motels, you know, the manager there. I'll go tell him, hey, listen, you know, I work at IHOP. I don't want to stay in, but can I use your rooms and just shower in the morning? You know, just want to use a shower, have my stuff. You know, he said, okay, cool. So he allowed me to sleep in his parking lot in my car. And then in the morning, I'll go and he open one door, I'll go and take a shower, and I'll go to work. So most of you didn't know that I was sleeping in the car. They didn't even know that. I saw a lot of people that worked at the same IHOP and the same paper route. They were comfortable. They were fighting to become managers. I'm like, nah, I gotta get out of this place, man. I don't want to be no manager here. I mean, especially when I saw people in the financial industry that were making money. I didn't know nothing about finance. I just saw that, man, they're making money in this business, talking to people about saving money. I could do that. I didn't become superstar right away, no. But I learned, I had good mentors, and I'm a learner. I always like to learn. Just reading books, finding successful people, you know, that are open, because not everybody's open to talking to you. Some people you might have to pay, you know, which I did. You know, I paid a bunch of folks that I wanted to learn from. And some folks they were willing to teach you, but you still got to be in their class, you know? You got to pay them to do that. And I don't mind investing to learn. In my business, we recruit other people. So some people have invested money, you know, giving, and they just stab you in the back. They lie to you, they steal from you, you know, and you're like, wow, you know, this guy did all this, and this guy still did that. But you just leave it for God and let God deal with them, that's all.
One of the company doctors was with me at the bar one night and asked me, what's your specialty? I told him I'm a family practitioner. So he told me he's a physician, he's a general practitioner, he's a surgeon, he's a occupational physician, and he also has an MBA. So what am I doing here exactly? I said, you have 5 things? He said, yeah, I got all this, yeah, that's me. They changed my life. And I resigned after a week and came to America. Then I'm gonna be a subspecialist in anything they can let me be. That's my life. True story. It insulted me in my country. I decided to be the best so that nobody could challenge me anymore. Strong men cry. It's actually not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. Because I have emotions. I'm human. I feel pain. I feel joy, I feel anxiety, I feel unhappiness. I feel blessed. So I'm not shy to shed tears for things that means a lot to me. Basically, told me I have no business being there. So that was very insulting to me. So I made a decision in my heart that I need to get there so that nobody would ever talk to me like that anymore in my life. In my medical school, psychiatry was my no-go. I barely had a C to pass. I didn't like it. I did my 3-month rotation in medical school. I was good. But then I went back home to Nigeria. I found out that 1 in every 5 patients I saw had a psychiatric problem, and I have no clue what to do with them. And I felt ashamed. I let my people down. I do it. I want to do it. And that's how I ended up doing psychiatry. And when I finished, I got challenged, like, you did adult psychiatry. What happens if children show up and they have psychiatric problems? I'm like, oh, that too. Beside the fact that we're not even up to 100, 200 child psychiatrists in America, I want to do it. I went and did it. And I got child and adolescent psychiatry behind my back. In psychiatry, you also have what is called addiction issues. And there's a fellowship in addiction. I decided to do it again and put aside everything else. When I finished with addiction, then I find out that I'm not only a child and adolescent psychiatrist, I'm also an adult psychiatrist and also an addiction guy. So that completed the circle for me in that aspect. But then I went in and did psychiatric administration fellowship to be a CEO of hospitals. So that if I walk into a hospital, somebody want to hire me or don't hire me, I told them I know how to run it. And I can prove it to you by my certificate. So I had all that. Then after that, nobody has ever asked me for a resume, literally. I just have to talk to you. They ask me, when do you want to start?
If making a difference sometimes requires courage and resilience, a giving back can also happen in the most surprising ways, like for Douglas, who literally gave away a part of himself.
So back then, my ex-wife, you know, nice young lady, we were together for a while. She helped me with my papers. So her sister's husband, they applied for life insurance through me. So I gave him a coverage and everything, and then he got declined. But I also got a call from the insurance company that his kidney was failing. And when I heard his story, because his dad died at the same age, and then his wife was pregnant, and they have 3 kids already, and he was 34 years old. So I'm like, okay. So I went without even my wife then knowing. I went to the Innova Fairfax Hospital and said, let me test and see if I could be a match for him. And I did. I went and tested. I wasn't a match. Even the doctor said, listen, you all don't match, but you know, it's 2% chance this will work if you do it. You're only related, you don't have any, you know. I said, listen, forget all that. I said, at the end of the day, it's God that's going to make it work. It's not me. You know, so I did, and boom. As soon as we put my kidney, because, you know, you have 2 kidneys, so one is working, the other one is just sitting around waiting. So the one, so they took the one that was working, and as soon as they put it on him, boom, he started using it, started working immediately. But yeah. So my kidney lasted on him for about 10 years. The longest they've ever seen. Mostly they say 7 years. I didn't even know it didn't last that long. If I had known I thought it was going to last forever. I didn't know it was only 10 years. They should have told me that. So long story short, he's back in the waiting, you know, waiting for additional kidney, but he was able to see his son graduate and all that good stuff, his baby, you know, so which is great, you know.
When I came to US, I didn't speak any English. And when my first child was born, my daughter, I got sick. And I was admitted to the hospital. and 2 women from the church took my daughter at their house, and they were nursing her because they had young kids about the same age as my daughter. And I was in the hospital for a week, and they took care of my daughter during that time. And they would breastfeed my daughter. They didn't even think twice to think whether my daughter I have any disease that my daughter got from me. They were nursing my daughter. I guess this is the faith.
I was in a nursing home several years ago, and I was in there for several months. And I got sick, and I had to go to the emergency room and spend the night. Well, to keep my room at the nursing home, it cost $400, which we didn't have. And later I found out that Adisa paid that. And nobody else knows that but my husband and I. In fact, I didn't know it for a long time until he told me. And she's come through many times in our lives to support us when we've needed it. She's always there, one phone call away.
My sister, she went to an employment office to collect unemployment. She met this old lady's daughter who went there also to file for unemployment. And then the 2 of them were looking at each other, and they introduced each other to it. And they both said they're from Burkina Faso. So they exchanged numbers, and then she brought her mom to my house, and I cooked fufu, like cornmeal with okra, and then the old lady ate it. And then that's how we started the cooking. So every weekend I would cook for the whole week for her. The daughter would come and pick it up. And I've been doing that for about 6 years.